Hello everyone, my name is Caleb and welcome to the Unfiltered podcast. In this series, I'll be sitting down with some of the most inspiring young leaders. I'll be interviewing the behind the scenes of these successful advisors. If you're someone who's curious to understand what goes behind the scenes for these successful advisors, or if you're someone looking for a potential career switch, this series is for you. Let's dive in. Hi everyone, in today's episode, we have specially invited Gerald, a student in SUSS and also an associate director in Ascendance Wealth Management, leading a team of 7. So on top of these roles, he just recently co-founded a Mexican restaurant, Fuego Mesa, and that is driven by his passion to bring people together and creating positive experiences. Welcome to the podcast, Gerald.
Thanks for having me, Caleb. Happy to be here.
Yeah. So why not you share with the audience what was life like before you joined this career, and what would you say is your origin story?
Okay. I think initially, right, when I first ever heard of this career was before, I think it was during army.
Okay.
Yeah, during army, whereby I met an advisor and then he approached me and basically helped me with financial planning. I think I was a bit curious, but wasn't really interested to make a move at the start because I was just an army boy. Yeah, and I think as I go along in camp, hearing people talk about investment and stuff like that, I was really, really curious. But I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how to invest. I don't know what to do, and I was very shy to ask people.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was really very, very shy until one day I decided to approach an advisor, and I think he got me interested instead of learning how to invest, more so on the career instead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he still brought you through the process of investments, or you just talk about the career?
Actually, we talk more about the career because I think at that juncture, right, I was at this state whereby it was before transiting to university. But at the same time, I want to be a bit more independent.
Yeah.
I wanted to start working and to basically grow as a person. Yeah, so then I was sharing about this and he decided to, share me more about the career. And that's when it picked a little bit of my interest. Yeah.
Okay. So from then you started exploring the career? Or it took you a while to get into it?
I think then it piqued my interest, and I think it really got me fully interested when I met you. Yeah, I would say when I met you and you talked to me about how personal development and how we want to revolutionize this industry whereby people deserve to get proper financial advice.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
So I must have said something that hit you, right? So what were a few things you can still recall?
I think the first one that I talked about just now was revolutionize the industry. I think this one is something that is very, to other people might seem very fluff. But to me, I think at that juncture, it meant a lot because I realized that a lot of people my age, especially my friends, are meeting people and seeking for help when it comes to financial planning. But of course, there are also many bad experiences. Yeah, and I realized that it all stems from people who don't really know exactly what they're talking about.
Yeah,
and I think when you said that, I was fully, I wouldn't say sold, but I really aligned with it. And I realized that, that is something that I believed in and I'm willing to stand for that cause. And I think another thing is the fact that I get to talk to people. I think I'm someone who really enjoy conversation. I enjoy interacting with people, knowing more about someone.
Yeah.
So this career gave me the ability to do that. Also prior, because I had corporate experience where I work at MNC, and to me, I don't like that I have my own desk and I'm seated there not talking to people. Yeah.
I understand that. Okay, so you said revolutionize the career stood out to you. So at a point in time, what was that vision that you had? If you were to join this career, what kind of advisor would you like to be?
For me, it was someone who actually practice what you preach. So for me, if I'm an advisor and I'm going to tell you about investments, I'm going to tell you about insurance, it's something that I must myself do first, and I must know very extensively into the things.
Yep.
So for me, back then, I was looking for mentors and people who really can teach and to tell me exactly what I need to know. And that was something that I envisioned myself, which is I am someone who's confident, able to help my clients understand things easy. Yeah, that was the main point.
I think for a start, in the first place, you said that you were still in army. And after that, at that point of time, do you know that you're going to SUSS really?
At that point in time, I don't. Yeah,
okay,
so
it's a question mark for you lah.
Yeah.
So what made you take this leap of faith? Because some people say that, wow, life is uncertain, so I should wait out, I should see how things goes, then I make a decision. How was that decision-making process like for you, especially if you were to become a student, you have to juggle a lot of things?
Yeah, I think that is one thing that everyone talk about when it comes to a student, like whereby should I still work or should I just focus on school? But at that point in time, I think back, right, whereby it all stems from my time at Ngee Ann Poly. When I was in Poly, I realized that apart from studying, I'm also doing a lot of other things. I was involved in a lot of activities that the school had planned for us and stuff. And that got me thinking that I'm someone who actually enjoy just trust the process. Someone who just dive into things and understand things and give my all. And I like to do many things. Yeah. And that made me realize that it's fine to just, still be a student at the same time managing a career. Because ultimately, I believe we will never find balance. It's more of what you prioritize at a given juncture. Everything has its own seasons. School sometimes have exams and that's when you need to focus on school. This career, it has flexibility. Yeah. So that was something that I did consider, but wasn't much of something that was holding me back. Yeah.
So when a lot of people join this career, especially as a student advisor, I'm sure they'll face some typical challenges. For example, time management, energy management. They have to juggle multiple things at multiple times. So I'm curious for you, what were some of the challenges that you faced earlier on in your career as a student advisor?
As a student advisor, I would say when I first step foot into school, right, and suddenly I have to adapt to the schedule, right. I have to see school is going to be on Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays. Then I need to work my time around it. And I think time management, like what you say, was something that I struggled with a lot. Yeah, because to meet clients, at the same time go for school, and I have to then do my work, projects, and I need to work with my project mates and stuff. I think all was something that came to me as a shock. Now that I have all these things, how do I then manage? I think one thing that really helped me and saved me was Google Calendar.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Google Calendar, whereby I time block, right? Time blocks, set out specific time. And I think the most important is you have to stick to it. I think if you don't stick to it, I think that's when things don't get done. Yeah, so that's when I realized that, okay, we won't find balance, but at least we know at every given time what we should be doing and what we want to do. Yeah, so that time management thing was something that I struggled with. And I would say another thing was my identity. I'll say going to school, I'm going to school as a student, and then when I come out, when I meet my clients, I don't usually tell them I'm a student.
Oh.
Yeah, because for me, I feel like it is something that they wouldn't have to know. They can judge me based on my ability as an advisor. So many of them, when they found out that I'm a student, they actually are quite shocked about it.
Yes, actually it's still studying.
Yeah, so they're like, oh, then that's when they ask me, hey, why study and work at the same time? Yeah, so those are definitely some struggles that I had. And yeah.
There's a few experiences that I also had, especially when I met a few older clients. So I was doing advisory for them and planning for their retirement. And at the tail end, and they asked me, what did I study before that? Yeah, I tell them, actually, I'm still studying. Huh? You're still in school, you're not yet graduated. So I guess that identity as a student, if I'm right, is you don't want to let that dictate you as a person.
Yes.
Right? Because every time I say you're a student, then advisor, then people feel that, oh, you're still a student, then you focus on studies.
Yeah.
And for you, I feel that you want to embody that, at least give that positioning, that you are someone that is serious at the work and judge me based on my competency.
That's correct.
Right? Instead of oh, I'm a student.
Yeah.
Okay. And I mean, when it comes to time management, it's a very typical solution. Oh, just manage your time better. People will say, oh, just try and do it better. And you say you follow your schedule. I would say a good proportion of people have struggles doing that. Right? They tell me, Caleb, I cannot be disciplined. I plan out things for myself, but I procrastinate or I don't do. So how do you overcome that as a student?
I think first and foremost, you need to have purpose in what you do. So for me, I think it's very clear cut when I'm a student, I want to perform well as a student. It's not me just focusing on the career. At the same time, getting this degree is also important to me, right? It is something that I already signed up for, and I should definitely give my all. So my purpose as a student was to focus and to do well in everything. And at the same time, because it's all group project work. So all their grades and my grades are together, right? So it's something that I have to take responsibility over. And my purpose for advisory, even till today, is still about revolutionizing the industry and to ensure that all clients that have met me, right, get the best experience that they could ever, right? And so for me, with this purpose, it helped me to, when I get up, even on days where I don't feel like doing anything, I recall and remind myself why did I even do this in the first place. So that helped me to get through the day and to make sure that I get things done. So that is the first thing, purpose. And I think second thing is you have to really have discipline. Yeah, so like the cliche saying, right, like discipline is when no one's watching and doing the right thing.
Yeah.
I think it really stands true, right? It is something that we should really just, when we set things to do, we should do it all the way. We shouldn't do it halfway. So I think discipline is really important. So for me, it's just purpose and discipline. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of times is a lot of times it's almost easier said than done, like, have purpose and have discipline. But I also really second that, because a lot of times when someone doesn't have a good reason to do certain things, they will just try and get it over and done with as soon as possible. But when you do that, then the quality of work will be very low. Yeah, so I suggest usually for my advisors is look back at why you're doing certain things, or even wherever you are currently in your career. Why are you doing what you do? I think it's an important question to answer. Yeah, and I recall for yourself, when you step foot in the industry, one of the practices we always have is you always need to review your own family's portfolio first. Yes, that is where we start out and know exactly what is our family's financial position. So could you share with us a little bit more about the experiences when you first started out?
Yeah, so like what I said initially, right, I want to practice what I preach. So yeah, you're right. I think I was really excited to actually review my family's policies. Because it's the first time where I get everything, so it's a bit messy, right? After when I compiled everything and I realized that there are a lot of policies that because my dad is the sole breadwinner of the family. He provides for everyone and he purchases insurance for everyone. But then I realized that under his name or under my mom's name, actually there's a lot of policies that look the same. If not, it's just different names, but it works the same. So I was initially quite shocked that he's paying all this without knowing. Because he could have saved a lot of money actually. Because if you look back at the inception date and stuff, maybe it's paid over 20 years already. I think maybe it's, yeah. So for me, it was quite disheartened to see that, all this money that could be saved for my dad on other things, like for us, our education, because I still have a younger brother and sister. The money could have been put to good use. And to see that gave me a stronger reason as to, I think in Singapore, right, a lot of times, our parents purchase insurance, they don't really know what they buy. And
just buy.
Correct. And
buy and pay.
Yeah, and the thing is, even if today they receive a phone call from someone who asks them like, there's this that's going around, they wouldn't understand much, but if it's something at that point in time where they feel like it's important, they say yes. And then, moreover, when they look back, they're like, hey, actually, don't I have something like that?
Yeah.
Then they continue paying and then it just becomes comfortable and then they have 5 of the same policies. So to me, I feel like as an advisor, I really want to go and reach out to everyone to make sure that they don't have duplicated policies and that they only get what they need. Because insurance, there's only that few key insurance that everyone would need. Yeah, so there's no need to spend so much on things that they don't need. Yeah.
So upon discovering that, what did you tell your family or rather your dad?
So I had a very hard conversation with him. So I asked him,
so
I said, Dad, do you actually know all these things? And obviously he said no. He was like, I bought all this because, I was told that was important.
It's good.
Yeah, but I don't know exactly what happened. And I think the worst is when he actually, let's say because he works in the construction. So let's say if today he's injured, but he don't even know that he can claim. Yeah, and he has so many policies that is claimable. And to me, back then I was like, if only I was an advisor sooner, when I see things like that in the family, I would have known that, I could actually help my dad to submit a claim, or actually inform the agent that my dad would like to submit his claim. So it's like he's paying for no reason and he's paying more than what he should. Yeah, so we had a whole conversation, and then that's when he was really glad that actually I joined this industry, because then now someone in the family actually knows what's going on. Yeah, and that's when I realized that financial literacy was also very important in Singapore. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in my years of career, I also come across situations like that. I met this uncle, and he told me that every time he goes to the bank will tell him that there's a special promotion, that if you put X dollars, that you can get a special gift or whatever discount. And as a result, from different banks, he bought a lot of policies. Yeah, so I was referred to him by a friend. So when I met him in person, I actually asked him, so uncle, for yourself, what are some policies that you had? They said, son 很多啊 buy a lot. So I go to the storeroom, then he take everything, say, is it enough? So it was so much that so many policies that I cannot go through all at one go. So I tell him, Uncle, when I'll do this, I go back, I consolidate everything for you, then I let you know where are you in terms of financial position. Then he said, okay. And guess what? The next time I meet him, 2 weeks later, I told him, Uncle, actually, first of all, whatever needs that you have is already met by all these solutions and policies. In fact, you don't even have to buy more. Yeah, you are well covered. Whatever goals you have for retirement actually is really well done. And you say, oh, really? So the impression, oh, really? And I say, yeah, actually, you don't have to do all this anymore. Then I say, oh, really? I mean, every time I go to the bank, they will tell me that actually good to have more and more and more. And after a while, he also say the same thing. He don't know what he's buying. He's just got money, then he just park somewhere, got money, park somewhere, hoping to earn more interest. Yeah, after which I consolidated his policies, give him a good understanding of where he is, and I give him assurance. Then he tell me, son, you're the first person to tell me not to buy anything. You're the first person, right, out of many bankers. So he did not become my client. However, within the next 3 months, he introduced to me his entire family tree.
Oh.
Yeah, he told me because of the process he went through with me, he feel that I'm someone that can trust. And therefore he said, oh, what if everybody around him is also facing that situation? So he started to introduce his relatives, his children, relatives' children, all to me. That's what I think is that work, that reason that we do what we do, which is going back to that purpose that drives you. And hearing a lot of case studies like this make me feel that there are more families out there facing all these problems. Yes, paying for insurances and paying for whatever that may not necessarily meet their need today.
Correct.
Yeah, so Gerald, for yourself, are there any other stories in your time as an advisor that also impacted you significantly?
If I were to recall one, I think when I first started out in my first year, I actually met this family. It was actually somewhat of an urgent case whereby my close friend asked me to meet her mom, right, to review a hospitalization policy for her to see if there's any chance of reinstating. So I went down and spoken to her, and I tried to find out more about what actually happened. Then I realized that mom was actually diagnosed with cancer. And then during this period of time, the agent actually didn't inform her that her policy had lapsed, her hospitalization insurance. And it lapsed for quite a while, and so much so to the point that it can't be reinstated. So then she was struggling, and she was really unhappy about the whole experience. Yeah, and when I heard that, I was quite shocked because I thought that was like a simple job for an advisor. When the policy payment is not done, or when there's something wrong with the policy, it's only the right thing to do, which is to inform them and to let them know what happened and to find out whether they are facing any struggles. So I was really upset that the agent did not do that, and the whole family was just in this very bad state. They were just asking me like, oh, so what should we do now? What exactly can we do? And for me, I think at that point, like other insurance agent would know, which is technically once you are diagnosed with a condition and your policy, there's no chance of reinstating. Chances of getting it is very, very low. And even if you get it, might have exclusion, which is not ideal, or even loading as well. So for me, it's hard to bring this conversation over. It's hard to tell them about this. And then I think that gave me a even stronger reason, apart from my own family story, to make sure that, like what you said just now, which is everyone needs to meet someone who would listen to them, who would really take the responsibility over them, and to help them, make sure that they get what they need, they are well insured, everything is fine. Whenever they face a struggle, it's okay that they don't know what they have or they don't know what they don't know. They can just contact us and we will be there to help them and guide them. I think that's very, very important. Yeah, so that is one story that if you ask me, I would recall. And even until today, 3 years in, that's still something that I clearly remember the situation. Yeah.
It's unfortunate. I think, of course, I think on one end, first thing first is whenever the policy lapse or there's premiums that is to be paid, usually the companies will send premium notice. Yes. And of course, there are sometimes that a client, because the change of address or they just too many letters and they just miss it.
Yeah.
I always like to at least create that second layer of defense, to check in with them, especially when premiums are due. So to avoid a situation like this, it's very painful because when you need it the most and you cannot claim, then you ask yourself, I've been paying for 10 years.
Yeah.
And the time I really need, I cannot get it.
Yeah.
Then this is also where some people will say, oh, insurance scam money, or is not good, and this and that. Also, partially because of experiences like this, that when the time is right, they can't claim, which is very unfortunate.
Yeah.
So, being in this industry, some people will say that it's very saturated, there's a lot of advisors. So, I'm curious, Gerald, what do you think are some of the strengths that sets you apart from another advisor?
I think through this whole conversation that we have, I think I've spoken about a lot of words that have been recurring. I think the first one is resilient.
Okay.
Yeah, so for me, I'm someone who will never settle. And for me, whatever struggles that come my way, I always see it as an opportunity for me, right? Instead of a crisis. I always see the good in everything, and especially even more so in people. Yeah, so for me, resilience is a strength that for me, I hold very close to, right? I think since, goes way back to even secondary school, whereby I used to be a bench warmer for my basketball team.
Bench warmer, okay.
Because I wasn't that good, right? But that didn't stop me from, because I was really passionate about basketball, and that didn't stop me from practicing every day after school. If the school court is full, I'll walk all the way to the community center, and I'll practice. I will be shooting hoops, making sure that my skill is good all the way until I managed to be the starting five. So for me, that was when I realized that, actually, if you really put your heart into something and you really, stand by it, and you have resilience, it really helps you to get to what you want and where you want to be. So resilience is very, very important. And I think responsibility is another one of my strengths. For me, every client that I onboarded actually enjoy the whole entire process, and they like working with me. So much so that I feel, this is what they tell me every time when I meet them. Even yesterday when I meet one of my clients, they say that, I'm very close to you, right? I'm very, very close. And even though we only met because someone referred me to you, but I feel like I can talk to you about anything. And you are more than just an advisor, you're like a friend. And so when I heard that, it's just like, wow, okay, I must be doing something right. And for me, I think that is just me taking responsibility over their portfolios. And whenever there's something that's happening, I inform them, keep them up to date with stuff. So responsibility, resilience, and if I were to think of one more that I hold close to is connecting. So I personally have this strength of bringing people together. And that's why I form a team of 7 in this career. And of course, we're still expanding, but I feel I can bring people very well together, whereby we will leverage on each other's strengths, and at the same time, move towards a specific purpose or goal that we want together. Yeah, for me, that is something that's very important, and I have that strength of bringing that people together. I don't exactly know how to say what I do, but it is just this feeling, and this culture, I would say, that I could bring people together.
I mean, there's a saying that goes, people don't know how much you know until they know how much you care. Yeah, which I think through the stories that you shared, it also made me realize that actually, over the years, you can know a lot of things, right? Your knowledge can be a 10 out of 10. But in terms of communication and in terms of how much you really care for your client, they can actually feel it from their very first conversation. Are you trying to sell them something at the very onset, right? Like a salesperson? Or do you ask good questions to really find out their need first, their current situation, their need, and even their goal, so that we can bring them to where they like to be? Yeah, I think when you mentioned that short story on basketball, on resilience, I see that there's usually a commonality, right? When I look at people who do well in their respective careers, usually there is a backstory, be it through their secondary school, through their uni days. They have usually some stories that have shaped them as a person, right? Such that when they move on in their careers, suddenly they do well. But it's not because of that 1 or 2 years, but it's because it's how they were all this time, right, leading up to that quote-unquote success. Yeah, and Gerald, for yourself, where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years in this career?
For me, 3 to 5 years in, I would, of course, see, now team of 7, I would probably want to expand 2 to 3 times in size. And of course, with huge expansion, I would still hold close to the purpose, which is to revolutionize the industry, giving good advice. So people that I choose will be very, very important.
Yeah.
And I think it's key. So for me, I still stand by looking for people who are who don't join this industry for the wrong reasons. And by wrong reasons, I mean, I always stand by this quote, which is 先做人后做事. Right? For me, I feel if you were to join this career, first thing you have to is to deal with people, and you have to understand people first before doing any business with them. Yeah, so for me, that's one criteria that I was looked out in. So despite wanting to grow, I think that's something that's important. And second is I need people who are very purposeful. People who actually, even if you don't know whether this career is going to work out for you, but if you're someone who is determined by something in life, whereby you really want to get to where you want to be, I respect that. And I look for people who are like that. So 3 to 5 years, I would say, yeah, team expansion. And of course, I myself, my personal growth, I think it doesn't stop. I hope one day I will be able to, apart from advising my own associates, I would want to, maybe do more of this, maybe talk to people on stage, share with them my origin story, and to inspire people. So 3 to 5 years later, I also hope that I will be someone who is inspirational, and at the same time, embarking on different projects that, bring joy to me. And I think for one is this passion project of mine, whereby every Sunday I'll bring my clients, my friends together to do some fitness class.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's like a passion project that I have, and it's always a joy to work on a Sunday morning together. It feels good to start your Sunday instead of sleeping in, or just exercising and have coffee after and talk about life. Yeah, so I really like that. Yeah, that passion project. And other projects like owning a business or running a restaurant. I think all this is just it's a spillover of me liking to bring people together, right, and creating positive experience for people. So I would definitely see myself expanding a lot of other things, but for me, advisory is still the core of everything, because I really see the value in this, and I feel even more so in Singapore. Advisory is something that's very important because of financial literacy, and as well as like what we mention all the time, people deserve to have a right advisor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And I can see that there's a big vision that you have, like not just in advisory, but also some of the passion projects that you hope to also build, which I think is important, because not just in FA, but out there in the corporate world, I think when people are like, okay, I just work on my career, they are really tunnel vision. Like they just do this one thing, they just do it, right? And sometimes some people work until 1, 2 a.m. every single day, and they lose sight of what is the meaning in life. Like you just work, you work money, you earn money, you pay your bills, and you work again. You upgrade, then you work harder so that you can pay more bills. Yeah, so this was advice given to me by an older client. She retired, and when she retired, she told me this. She lost a sense of identity. So she told me that because she has worked so hard in her corporate career, and she's really one of the high flyers, when she lost that title because of retirement, she just felt that she couldn't identify with herself. Yeah, and she told me that, young man, as you're building whatever that you're building is great, but please have some time for yourself. Yeah, and I think it's a good reminder that Gerald is doing that at the same time. All his passion projects that brings people together, connects people, and sometimes it doesn't have to be for career, like bring people together on a Sunday to work out.
Yeah.
And anyways, that is not common, right?
Oh.
Like people say Sunday sleep in. What time do you work out on Sundays?
So Sunday, we'll try to hit the 10 a.m. or the 9 a.m. class. So some of them, let's say they stay at Bedok, they have to wake up like extra early just to travel all the way to Tiong Bahru. So I work at this place called Carbo Fitness.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out. And I think the environment there is just really good. Like everyone just have the same focus of just having fun while working out. And, we work out good mental health, right? And good physical health and everything. And after that, have coffee and then just chill and talk about like our life, where are we and stuff like that. I think it helps to remind us that we need to live a little. Like apart from working so hard on Monday to Fridays, right? At least Sunday, have some time to take care of yourself. Yeah, so for us, we do that, and we done it before, but we even thought of like, why not we, meet on weekdays whereby after work we run together. Yeah, so I think now run club is very, very popular. Everyone is doing it. And I think it's for the right reasons, because I feel like everyone is very into fitness now and they're trying to have more personal growth apart from just focusing on making money, like what you said. Yeah, so I think it's interesting where we are moving towards, and I hope more people will also embark onto their own passion project. Yeah.
Seems like you're someone that really advocate for fitness. When you get into this whole fitness space?
I think secondary school. Yeah, so remember the basketball part?
Yeah.
I realized I'm a very active person. Really like the competitiveness and the athletic ability. And I think when I started on that, and I didn't stop. I always try to find the next best thing, right? So for me in poly, I think it was gym and calisthenics. I joined communities. If I think back, I was quite surprised that in a secondary school boy joining a calisthenic community whereby everyone just meet at the pull-up bar and then just pull the bar. Always doing handstand. Yeah, so for me that was interesting. And then I realized that what's the next most interesting thing? And it's gym. And I think now the next most interesting thing for me is high rocks. I have done it twice. Yeah, everyone is talking about it. So last year I did one, this year I do another one. And for me, it's not so much about joining the event to post the pictures on Instagram. For me, joining the event is to bring someone along. Okay, to bring someone along first of all, and to train together.
Yeah.
And to have this sportsmanship together. And I just like the drive of us just struggling and really helping to keep each other up. I really like the energy and the vibe. Yeah, so for me, joining High Rocks, that's exactly the reason why.
I'm sure out there are people that also want to live up to this level of fitness as well as activity. So what would your advice be for people who are out there, they want to get started on their fitness journey, but they just can't?
I think the first thing is to take the first step. I think for many people, right, is they're afraid because of what if I do this wrongly, or what if I get injured, or what if I not comfortable doing certain thing? Is there someone that will be there to help me? So I would say maybe perhaps you might want to find a friend who has the same goal and you're willing to go together. And then maybe don't try gymming first. Maybe don't try going to the gym by yourself first, because everything just feels so foreign. Maybe try going for classes together. I think now there's so many popular sports that's going around. Pilates, yoga, CrossFit, or even hybrid training. There's so many out there. Maybe try one of those classes, but don't go to the advanced one. Try the beginner one, and then see how it works for you. And from there, you will pick up certain skills, and then that's when you can slowly, drift apart and to go try, maybe gym and explore being independent, training yourself, or I think you can even start off by running. I think most people would probably be able to run, right? And I think running in the CBD area like MBS is a very popular route that everyone's do.
Actually, you can do a sunrise run.
Yeah.
And the sunrise run, it's really very beautiful. Really, you've never seen this side of Singapore.
Yeah, and it just refreshes your mind also when doing all these runs. And I think that's exactly why everyone would like to do all these things. Especially try Sunday morning. You'll see a lot of people doing it. Yeah, and it gives you this community feeling and this good energy that's going around. And I think what everyone would say would do, or everyone who do sports would say, after a good workout, you always feel really good. Yeah.
Actually, I realized there's this consistency across people that do well generally in life, is that they take care of their health well. Yeah, and the subset of it are people that also are in competitive sports. For some reason, sports people usually have that competitiveness in them, and they want to really have this growth mindset that, okay, I do high rocks. Next high rocks, I want to beat, or I want to do something different, right? Such that they are growing. So I wanted to talk a bit about sports is because also I feel that there's just that spirit, that fighting spirit in sports that brings out more in a person. And I link it very closely to leadership. Because to me, you don't need a title to lead today. Right? It starts with self-leadership. How do you lead yourself? How do you wake up on time? Some people, they set an alarm at 8 a.m. but consistently they will snooze and snooze and snooze and snooze, and they will not wake up. Then they wake up at 10. Then they start their day feeling like they are not good because their identity is not as standard. Yeah, so leadership, self-leadership. Yeah, so talking about leadership, what would you say is your leadership style? How do you coach or mentor your advisors?
I think for me as a leader, all the way since like what you said, we don't need the title to be a leader. I've always stand by this whereby you need to show up. I think the first thing you need to show up. You need to be there for your people when they need you the most. And sometimes they won't even tell you that they need you the most. Yeah, sometimes you have to be able to observe and to understand from their perspective what they're going through and then be there for them. Sometimes you don't even need to say anything. Just standing there beside them is good enough. Yeah, so for me, showing up. And second is you have to lead by example. It's something that I stand by, which is you can't ask someone to do something or you can't guide someone without actually doing it in the first place. Because they can trust your purpose, they can trust your goal. But if they are not able to see you leading them to that, I think that is one thing whereby leadership will fall short. And for me, I think leading by example is really, really important. And yeah, I've always lived by that. And for me, my leadership style, I would say, is I always try to understand them as a person first, and knowing their strength and knowing how they think or behave as a person, I then try to change out my style to understand them better and to fit them better. Because I feel like there's no one size fit all.
Yeah.
You can't just go in and I'm this way of managing people. If you don't agree with that, leave. It can't be like that. It has to be something whereby you know why they say certain things. You know why they think a certain way. So you go in and you give advice based on their perspective. I think that's the best way to help them understand things and to move on from there. And the core of what I do is I always see the good in everyone. So I would never drop anyone I believe in. So for me, that is something that I stand close to. And I think all my associates will feel it. That's why they always say that, Gerald is always very understanding. He knows exactly when not to, push me so hard, but at the same time, we would want to, help Gerald and we would want to then work towards this vision. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned a lot of things and I really second that. And when it comes to leading by example, a lot of leaders will say that, I have to lead by example, I have to do this, I have to do that. So for yourself, could you share with us maybe an instance that you felt that you led by example and also created a positive outcome in your team?
Okay, I think the most recent experience I think was last year. Because I'm a student advisor, so in school we have to take on internships, which is compulsory, right? And we can't avoid that. So I had a 6 months internship with Johnson & Johnson. For me, that internship with leading my associates and running my own personal projects, right, passion projects, and then all these things come into hand. They asked me, Gerald, you can handle, man. Like that's the first thing that they asked me, Gerald, can handle. And for me, during this whole entire time, right, in my head, all I thought of was, okay, if I can manage all this and I can handle all this thing at the same time, I can actually show them that being a student, you can still take on responsibilities, but at the same time, still achieve what you want to achieve. So for me, that whole year, I showed them that it's actually possible. And I think that gave light to them this year, whereby they realized that even as a student, I'm not limited by that title. I am not limited by, I have exams, I have projects, I can't, go out and, exercise just because I need to focus on this and the career. Yeah, so I think that is one experience and occurrence that they saw. And, from then on, when I tell them that it's possible, they really see it as something that's possible. Yeah.
I think it's really nice to have a figure in your life that you can model after or you can get advice from. And feels like for the last year, you have shown that to your people and the people around that it is possible. People always say, I have no time. I have no time for this. I have no time for that. I have no time to read. I have no time to gym. Yeah, do you know our late minister mentor, Lee Kuan Yew, made a guess? How often does he work out?
Wow.
If you know.
I would assume perhaps every day.
Every day. So if you look at his documentaries, he works out every single day while managing the country. And Bill Gates, on average, reads an hour a day. So as I look at all these successful people and success stories, I ask myself, then can I find time for myself? Right, a billionaire that manages many things and projects also have 24 hours a day, right?
Yeah.
They don't have special number of hours. And so I ask myself, then how can I make sure that my hours are not just busy, busy working on a lot of things, but also at the same time effective and also productive? Yeah, so I guess that is what you have shown your people, and also what they feel that you have gave lights and hope to.
Yeah.
Yeah, in this career, people define FA as successful when they have to show their car, have to show their expensive, luxurious trip. So, how do you view success? I'm curious. How do you view success? How do you view success previously before you joined, and right now?
I think previously before I joined, because just like anyone who is a little boy who just finished NS, I would say we determine success by all the colorful things that we see, right? On social media, driving all the sports cars and all the watches and stuff, and we are blinded by that. And I think along the way, as I joined a career and as I open a restaurant and meet many people through my passion project and things like that, I found this commonality with people who quote unquote are successful, right? Which is they don't really care about all these fanciful things. But what they really do is they just love what they actually have. And for them, it can be as simple as their family. And it could be as simple as, the team that they are managing. They actually really enjoy working with them. They love them. And to them and to me, I determine success as, first, I am still driven by my passion. I enjoy what I do. And for me, I don't need any fanciful things. For me, it's all about giving back to the society. Take what I need for myself to survive and give the rest to the others. That's how I see things. And it has always been like that. So if you really ask me, how do I determine whether I will be successful? I would say I will never know. And I think I am always a student of life, because I feel like there's always a lot of things that I don't know. There's a lot of things that I haven't learned. Say for example, starting at F&B, I've never once stepped foot into an F&B establishment to work part-time as a waiter. I've done other part-time jobs, but never in the F&B sector. So stepping foot into that, I realized there's a lot of things that I don't know. And I found a newfound passion to appreciate the people that's behind the scenes working for, these establishments. And yeah, for me, there's continuously a lot of things to learn. And I would continuously upgrade myself, continuously learn and to find out more. And I will never stop at that. And for me, it's always appreciate what you have. Always keep striving to be a better version of yourself every day. And if you can do that, I think that's successful. Yeah.
I think it's a good usually people take success to a destination, like, oh, I want to be a millionaire by 40 years old. I want to earn how much. And what you tell me literally is the opposite of that. It's almost there's no end to this, and it's a progressive realization of a worthy goal, and learning. So that's also something that I really second also, because I feel that once you stop growing, you start dying. And this is a common thing that I see some of the people who have been successful, they ride on that success, that wave of success, until a certain level where they think, I think I'm good, I'm comfortable, I don't think I need to attend that talk, I don't need to attend the training, I don't need to attend the conference course. It's the same thing. They start to close their mind, thinking that they know most of the things out there already. And when they start doing that, most of the time, more often than not, they start to stagnate. They plateau in their career. They feel that the more they do, maybe the more jaded they get. They just feel that just like that, just work, just do. So I can't also emphasize how important this spirit of learning is. Even for me, every single week I make sure that I read. Because the book is this thick. And I can finish a book in probably maybe a week, a week or less. And that 1 week of knowledge, right, it could be one person's lifetime of experience. And if we can really harness and really bring all this to our lives, just imagine how much more we can become.
Yeah, I agree.
So Gerald, just to wrap this up, if there's one word for advice for people who are seeking personal growth, yet at the same time they're also contented at where they are, what advice would you give them?
Wow. I wouldn't say one word, but I would say a whole phrase.
Sure.
Or maybe a whole paragraph. I would say there's always something more or someone better than you out there, right? And there's always a lot more that you haven't explored or dabbled with. So I would say you should always, have that attitude of getting better every day, living in the present, be grateful for what you have today, and always continuously go out there and seek to know more. Because if you're grateful for what you have now, and you're always aiming to get better every day, naturally you'll be more open to go out there to learn more from people. And there's always things to learn from everybody. Like even someone who, it can be, I'm learning from you, I'm learning from my associates as well. There's always things that you can learn from people. So don't ever stop there. Personal growth is a lifelong journey. To me, I feel. It's not something that you, like what you say, you reach a destination, that's it. Then it's game over. It should never be the case. So my advice is, be grateful for what you have, live in the present, and always strive to be the best version of yourself every single day. And don't stop learning. Yeah.
Thank you for your really good words of advice, because I feel that nowadays we are too busy working hard, and sometimes it's also important to slow down just to see what we have currently. People always complain about Singapore this and that, and my career got this and that. But actually, relative to many people out there, we are in good positions. Yeah, we are in good positions to do well for ourselves. And if we have the heart of gratitude, and going back to that purpose that you talked about, we know why we are doing what we do, then I think we also will live a life that is meaningful. Yes, right? Not just a career that can make us money.
Correct.
Okay, so with that, thanks for your time. I hope you took out some golden nuggets from this conversation. Okay, see you in the next episode.
Bye. Bye.